Today is the last Sunday of our liturgical calendar, which reflects the history of salvation. The liturgical calendar begins with the season of Advent, the preparation for the incarnation of Christ, and ends with the feast of Christ the King, the return of Christ in glory. Our life is a gift from God, and how we live our life is the gift we return to God. The manner in which we live our lives reflect what we believe. How we act is who we are. Therefore, I ask you, do you believe in the resurrection? Do you believe in life after death? Do you believe in a day of judgment? Do we believe that we shall have to give an account of our lives? If we truly believe in a day of judgment, why are we so negligent of our Christian duties? There are severe consequences if we fail to carry out our Christian duties. Many of us fail to care for the poor and the needy, the hungry, the thirsty, the stranger, the homeless, the prisoner. Are we pretending that a day of judgment will never come? Or that we do not believe in the resurrection? In both cases, if there is no resurrection and no day of judgment, we shall not have to give a detailed account of our lives. However, today's gospel clearly states that Christ will return in glory with his angels. He shall sit on a throne and judge all nations. On this day of judgment, the most important question will be, what have we done for the most insignificant ones? The poor, the elderly, the unborn, the unemployed of no fault of their own, and the enslaved. The question about what we have done for the hungry, the thirsty, the stranger, the homeless is not only mentioned once in the scriptures. It's mentioned several times to emphasize to us the importance of this duty. Knowledge of the scriptures and catechism will help us to model Christ to others. Attending Mass and having communion with Christ will give us the spiritual strength to do the will of God. But what is most important is how we live our lives. Are our lives filled with acts of loving kindness? We shall not be excused from acts of loving kindness to the poorest of the poor, even if we live in beautiful, gated communities where everyone is wealthy and where there's no poor or needy persons. There is the sin of commission, what we do, and there's the sin of omission, what we fail to do. In this electronic age, we cannot help but notice the suffering of our brothers and sisters throughout the world who are in desperate need of any type of help. 1/3 of the world goes to sleep hungry, with pain in their stomachs. 1 million children, yes, I said 1 million children under the age of 5 die of malnutrition each month. 1 million a month. Actually, the number is like 1.2 or 1.3. $30 can keep a child alive for another month. Unfortunately, these children live far from us. However, if one of them lived next door, surely, we will not allow him or her to die while we have $30 in our pockets. Why it is so difficult for us to share? There's always a tension between our desire to have a large fund to provide for our security and our duty to help our brothers and sisters, who, as I said before, are desperate for any kind of help. If we desire absolute security, we would never share our resources. In our minds, no fund will be large enough to guarantee us a comfortable life. A desire for absolute security will blind us from recognizing any excess wealth and making us unwilling to share our blessings. This will cause us to be selfish. However, if we can trust in divine providence, that God will provide for us, and that God will bless us when we use our resources to help others, we can develop generous hearts. Remember, there will be a day of judgment, and we shall be asked to account for our lives. What were the acts of loving kindness that we did for others?